Hey guys, has it ever happened to you that it starts raining as you're going somewhere, but you cannot escape from the rain because you have MS? Well, that just happened to me. It started raining as I went to fetch something to record this video, and I could do nothing but just be patient and accept that it's raining and that I'm getting wet. Anyway, the reason why I'm here today is to address a topic that has been asked repeatedly, asked me to make an update regarding this topic. And this topic is namely the Coimbra protocol. People wanting to know if I was still following or if I had started the Coimbra protocol, and if so, how it had worked for me. And I'm here today to answer these questions. But before answering anything, let's try to refresh our memories and remember what the Coimbra protocol is. So the Coimbra protocol is something invented by a professor or a scientist in Brazil who discovered that multiple sclerosis is related to a deficiency in vitamin D, because our bodies are simply unable to absorb vitamin D, which is why you have to support it by taking in huge amounts of vitamin D supplements. These amounts, well, you know that the recommended dosage for an adult person is usually 2,000 units, going as high up as 10,000 units. But with the Coimbra protocol, you can get as high up as 100,000 units per day. And that's taking 10 pills of 10,000 units. That's quite a lot of supplements to take. So another thing to keep in mind is that when you take these supplements, well, your whole biosystem is altered, which is why you have to be careful with consuming some foods. And especially, you have to be careful with consuming calcium-containing foods. And calcium-containing foods, well, that would be many things. Milk is number one in the list. And anything derived from milk, so like cheeses, yogurt, and whatever else is made from dairy products. And then also, you have to keep in mind that hard water contains a lot of calcium in the shape of minerals like that make that the water is hard, right? And then also you have to be careful with consuming nuts of many kinds, because nuts themselves contain calcium. So you have to design a diet that is suitable for you while consuming these high amounts of vitamin D. Now, with these things having been addressed, let's go to the main topic of the video. Am I or am I not following the Coimbra protocol? Well, the short answer to this is that no, I am not following the Coimbra protocol. I have been in touch with people who do. I have contacted doctors who work with the Coimbra protocol. But I remember that at the time that I was considering following it, I lived in Denmark, and there were no doctors in Denmark who knew of the Coimbra protocol, for which reason I had to travel to Italy or Spain or Germany. And that started putting me off of the idea, especially because I had a job and I didn't feel like taking time off to travel to see these doctors who would then charge me more. So it was a big spend having to join this protocol, and having to redesign my diet was also something that was gonna involve a lot of expenses. As I started still being curious, I started contacting people who had joined it, and I wanted to hear their experiences with it, how they were faring. Well, I have to say that these people are actually extremely happy on this protocol. They have noticed that their symptoms have regressed. They're better today. They have more energy. They feel like they don't have MS, which is fantastic news. It makes me even more excited about it. Now, why, with all these things in mind, why am I not following the protocol myself? Well, you know that I'm a person who likes to stick to conventional treatments, and I usually like to refrain from advertising any sort of alternative treatments. And the Coimbra protocol, as such, as not being a protocol that is assigned to you by a doctor, by a neurologist at a hospital, but rather by an alternative doctor, to me, that is already a red flag. And also, the fact that, well, this is a relatively new treatment, and these are extremely high doses of vitamin D that you're providing your body with. I'm going to be the devil's advocate, but to be honest, we don't know what the long-term effects of these high levels of vitamin D on your body are going to be. Now, I'm giving you a sort of like nuanced image of what the Coimbra protocol is, my thoughts about it, other people's thoughts about it, other people's positive experiences about it, with it. And this is to explain to you that my choice of not following it is entirely my choice. And I've explained to you what the reasons for me not following it are. And, well, those are my reasons. Maybe you find it more advisable to follow it, even though there may be these risks that I just mentioned that are in no way risks that have been studied, but that's why, to me, it's a risk. I'm, as I've said several times, I'm not a scientist, but I do trust science. I do want to follow conventional recommendations. And if the Coimbra protocol is not one of them, well, I'm going to look no further and I'm not going to consider it. So there, this is my explanation of what the Coimbra protocol is, why I'm not following it, and I'll leave it up to you if you want to follow it or not. No judgment made. This is just my opinion, my vision of it, and you may have a completely different vision. You have my respect, you have my blessing to do so. Just make sure to ask your doctor about it. Also, make sure not to trust my advice about it, because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor. I'm merely a person living with MS who's sharing with you what his opinion on the topic is. Okay, guys, so that was it for the answer. I hope I've answered all your questions regarding the Coimbra protocol. Stay safe, and I will speak to you soon again. Bye-bye.